Obstacles. We all encounter them. You know, there's a competition whose goal is to create courses that you cannot conquer alone. This website states that we are stronger together, go farther together, and find our best together. Now, I've never competed in a Tough Mudder competition, but I know some people who have. And one of the challenges that's often in this competition is a really, really high wall. In fact, you cannot conquer this alone. You can try as many times as you want, but it's not going to happen. You know, recently my coach asked me why I continue to run into that high wall. Well, his question prompted me to step back and take a look and see if there was another way to scale the wall that I was facing. This got me thinking about our marriages. We face obstacles in our marriages too, don't we? Too often we try to scale them alone, or worse yet, we pretend they didn't even happen. But what if we started to apply some of those Tough Mudder attitudes to our marriage obstacles? Well, how would you do that? Well, as I thought about it this week, I wrote up 10 insider tips from a Tough Mudder competition that we can apply to our marriages. Let's look at a couple of those right now. The first one is, you know what? Face your fears. We all have them. But fears can be positive if we allow them to move us toward action instead of staying stuck. So, what do you fear right now in your marriage? What are you struggling with? Go ahead, write them down. Be specific. Be honest about them. You know, in my marriage, I fear the addiction that threatened to kill us, that threatened to destroy us. Sometimes I wonder if it's going to even come back again and create more problems. The other thing I feared was divorce. As angry as I was, and as much as I hated the addiction and the depression that I was struggling with, I really didn't want to get divorced, but I wondered if we were going to be a statistic and if we would survive this obstacle in our marriage. The second one is claim your voice. You know, often one of us within the marriage, when there's a problem going on, we feel like we can't say what we really think. Well, that's devastating to the marriage. You are unique. Each partner is important to this marriage. So, whether you were wronged or you were the one doing the wronging, it's time to openly talk about what's happening with your partner. It's time to be honest. If you're struggling with that, then get help from a coach, a pastor, or a counselor. How much is your marriage worth to you? Trust me, the money will be there. The third thing is find your fuel. Overcoming obstacles takes effort. In the Tough Mudder race, you need mental toughness, you need physical toughness, and you can get easily drained. Well, throughout that race, they have fuel and water stations, and the really smart competitors, they fuel up at every opportunity. One of the ways that I found to fuel up every day is time in God's Word. I spend time and I journal and I read and I get anchored in the truth of God's Word. This gives me the stamina to overcome the obstacles. You cannot win a race when you're depleted. Honestly, you probably won't even finish. So today I encourage you to plug into your power source. If you head over to my website, KirstenDSamuel.com, that's KIRSTEN, D as in Diane, Samuel, SAMUEL.com, you can read the rest of these 10 insider tips. I want to ask you a question. Imagine that you're competing in a Tough Mudder race or one of the other mud races where you've got to help your teammate, and you've got one teammate facing an obstacle they cannot overcome. What would you do to help them? How about today we apply that same attitude to our marriages and we start encouraging each other that we can do this. Remember, together we're stronger. How do you Tough Mudder in your marriage? I'd love to hear some tips from you. Leave a comment below and let's have a discussion. If you need some help figuring out some of these insider tips or brainstorming some ideas, I'd love to do that with you. You can leave me a comment, you can send me a direct message, or you can hop over to my website and click that free consultation button. Let's talk. Until next time.